Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the awakening process. I have a variety of different services that I offer to assist you in your ascension process. And if you want to check those out, those are in the description box below. Today, we are going to be doing a reading, and this is going to be for the sign of Capricorn. This is Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising signs. If you don't know the different signs in your chart, you can check out a website like astro.com, plug in your birth information. It'll tell you where all the planets were when you were born, the different signs that they were in, the different houses. The more we understand about our astrology, the better we can understand ourselves. This is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone. Take what fits, what resonates, and leave the rest. All right, what's going on with our Capricorns for August 2020? Okay. So the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands and the King of Wands popped out together. So these are your first cards, Capricorn. And this is exciting energy because this is like a real awakening that you guys are going through. This card to me in this deck always represents like the activation of the third eye and the crown chakra. It's just like all of these downloads and this information that you're receiving, these transmissions that you've been receiving and really integrating. And whether you know this on a conscious level or not, like you've been receiving so much and it's putting you in this energy. And so this energy is like the empowered. This is fire sign energy, the King of Wands. So this is someone who's very charismatic, someone who's very powerful, someone who knows what they want and goes after it in the world. And so you guys you're really stepping into this role as the creator of your own reality and sort of what that means for you and understanding that like you have the power. You can do and create absolutely anything you want. Like you're really understanding that, and that is really motivating you, and it's sparking this whole new cycle for you guys as far as creativity, passion, empowerment, like whatever it is that is really like getting you guys going right now, go with that. Whatever opportunities start coming to you, take those opportunities. Like you guys are getting inspired. You guys are getting inspired and you're wanting to share that inspiration and that passion with other people. We also have the Three of Cups here, which is a card that can be celebration. I'm feeling this is celebration. Like you guys are really celebrating. This is a new cycle, which means that there was an old cycle that probably just ended, right? And you're just, I feel that there's just so much hope in this card. It's like these beautiful women, these sisters, right, are all just hugging each other and looking up at the stars. And I just feel so much hope and inspiration coming from them. And just so much that's meant to be celebrated. We also have the Empress card here. And so I'm feeling for some of you, actually, that there may be a pregnancy involved that you're celebrating. Yeah, there may be a pregnancy involved. And for others of you, this is just symbolic of that new cycle. That new cycle that you're creating, really stepping into that role within yourself, that role of the Empress, right? Like the Empress is everything. She's the embodiment of all the queens in the deck. She has mastered all of those energies. She stands in her power. She stands in her authority. She's sexy. She's nurturing. She is just everything, that divine feminine energy in its full expression. And so you guys are really blossoming with that. You're really like, whatever this baby is, if this isn't a literal baby for some of you, this is like something new that's going to be born during this creative cycle that's approaching. Something like those, it's like right now, it's like I'm feeling this is like being seeded. Like you were seeded with the potential to create whatever it is that you're moving forward and you're creating now. You went through whatever you had to go through, and for some of you, this may have been a very intense period that you went through. But it has left you in this empowered energy of like, I know who I am, I know what I want, and I'm gonna get it. I am going to have that, and nobody is going to stand in the way of that because I deserve that and I'm worth that. And you're really, I mean, it's whatever you've been through has really inspired you, and you are just in this phase of celebrating this beautiful cycle, this creation, this baby that's been born from all of this intense energy that's been building. And then we have the moon card here. We have the moon card, but it's reversed. And I'm going to leave it like that because I'm feeling that energy of like, there were situations where maybe you weren't seeing things clearly. And that's sort of like, that's been removed now. Like your understanding, you've had this insight, you've had this awakening where you're I'm feeling like a major spiritual awakening for you guys. You've had this understanding. The areas where you weren't seeing things clearly, you're now able to see clearly. And you're able to move beyond any energies that were holding you back and keeping you stuck because you were able to see them from a different perspective, from a different angle, right? Like she's underwater looking up at the moon. So this is like drowning in emotion is how I feel about this too, right? And it's like she's coming out of that now, and it's like she's, with this reverse, it's like she's looking down at the moon under the water, and she just sees, I mean, this water is pretty clear. Like she can see, it's almost like when this card is reversed, it's like her hands are trickling down and you can see all of the lights coming down. It's almost like she's pulling the moon back up. I don't know, it's really fascinating. Like she's just sending those vibes and she's sending that energy to the places where she wants it to go, to those aspects of herself that she's ready to take ownership of. And then we have the Magician on the bottom of the deck, which is really beautiful. That's that dynamic energy again. Like the Magician coming up in this spread is just like, boom, you guys. Powerful. You guys are so powerful, and you're realizing how very powerful you are and how you have the capability to do absolutely anything that you put your mind to. And it's just like the Magician has mastered all of the aspects. You can see it again, how we were talking about her hand with the light and how it feels like she's calling things to her. And you see him, and he's got the light coming out of his hands, and he's manifesting what it is that he wants and desires. Just as the Empress is the embodiment of all of the queens and she's mastered all of their energies, the Magician has mastered all of the energies in the tarot: earth, air, fire, water. He understands how to utilize all of those to his advantage, how to manipulate reality, how to be that alchemist. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you were that alchemist where it's like you turned situations into gold. You turned your pain into gold. You turned whatever challenges stood in your way into gold. And that is absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. All right, actually, we have the Eight of Cups here on the bottom of the deck, walking away from what's no longer emotionally fulfilling. And then under that, the Emperor, which is pretty interesting because this is like, once again, that King of Wands type energy, that fire sign. This would be the card for Aries, but it's that energy of really knowing what you want and going after it, and being very strategic. Like you guys are playing at a whole new level now, basically. And so I want to let's do some energy for the Three of Cups. Let's find out more about the Three of Cups. What's going on with this Three of Cups here? Got the King of Swords, the Empress again, the Ten of Cups, reversed though, so we'll see about that in a second. So we've got, it's interesting. So I'm feeling like there's a celebration. So the King of Swords is air energy. So that would be Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. It's air energy, very logical. It's a masculine male air energy, very logical, very concise, can be very cutting with their words sometimes, right? But somebody who thinks very and acts very unemotionally, who is really, in many respects, the master of their mind, so to speak. And then we have the Empress energy, which is that woman who is everything, right? That divine feminine energy. And then I feel like for some of you guys, I knew there was more to the Three of Cups. That's why I pulled these cards than just that celebratory energy. For some of you guys, there was an energy in your life that was this kind of cool, cold, detached sort of masculine energy. And possibly another energy involved as well. So this could be, sometimes the Three of Cups is also a card that indicates like third-party relationships and stuff like that, excessive partying and drinking and those sorts of things. So it's like the Ten of Cups reversed. It's like, this is the happily ever after card. So it's like somebody, you thought that, for some of you guys, you thought that there was a happily ever after that you were going to have with somebody, and that didn't work out. And then we have the Seven of Cups, which is confusion and lots of different options. So I feel like there may have been a third-party situation. There may have been, we got the Empress twice too. So in regards to this, like for some of you guys, there may have even been a situation where somebody got somebody pregnant. Like a whole bunch of different things. But there was a fairy tale that turned out to be not for some of you guys. So yeah, that's an interesting energy as well. Any more on the Three of Cups? The end of a painful cycle. Yeah. So for some of you guys, there was a very painful cycle that ended, and that's honestly what you're celebrating, because you're so glad to be out of that situation and out of that cycle and done with this person, whoever this is, and ready to move into this new phase. Like for some of you guys, like you come out of this relationship or this situation so much more empowered, even though it was incredibly painful, and it was kind of like a slap in the face many ways, because it was somebody who you thought was one thing that turned out to be not. Like that always hurts when that's the case. When there's that sense of betrayal. It's like for some of you guys, the Empress just signifies like you were everything and you gave everything and you were so nurturing and you did so much, and that just wasn't reciprocated. It ended up not being what it was. They looked elsewhere for things that somehow they felt that they weren't getting for you, or maybe nothing was ever enough for this person. You know what I mean? And like you were in this period of confusion for a while, trying to figure out what to do. And that's part of where this Moon card comes in too, with the illusion, coming out of the illusion. Like understanding part of the illusion was this person and what they were presenting to you, which wasn't quite, or not quite, which was not what they were or what they were about. But the other illusion was that you were stuck in that. The other illusion was that you were not powerful. And now you're coming into this understanding that you are so powerful and you can do absolutely anything you want to do. And there's like this whole new cycle coming in. Let's get more on the King of Wands, just because. Yeah. So the King of Wands, this is you stepping into your empowerment. This is you stepping into your empowerment. For some of you guys, like this is going, like this, the pure awesomeness of this reading, this new cycle and all of that is going to happen after you kind of retreat for a little while. You heal, you allow yourself that process of healing. You're healing from this energy. You're healing from this energy of, and for some of you guys, like you may still feel some of this during this healing process. Like this mental entrapment, this nightmares, like not being able to sleep well, feeling just mentally tortured, anxiety ridden. Like this is what you guys were feeling, and maybe what some of you guys are still feeling to a certain extent. And then but walking away from that, this energy of walking away from all of that. This is, once again, we had that. This is the Eight of Cups. We had it on the bottom of the deck here too. walking away from everything that is not emotionally fulfilling, walking away from this energy, from everything that leaves you in this energy, and really needing some time to recuperate. So you guys may need that time first before you come into this cycle that's waiting for you, this cycle of creativity, of inspiration, of abundance, like of turning the pain of this situation into gold. Like those seeds were planted. Something incredible is going to come out of this experience for you guys, whether it's just your own healing, whether it's a business that you start as a result of this, whether it's just a new chapter of your life where you're able to actualize yourself in a whole different way because you've learned so much about yourselves and you're so much stronger and more confident. Like whatever it was here that tried to break you made you. But there may be a period of recuperation before that happens. Anything more that you want to share with us? Yeah. So we have the 5 of Cups. So this is crying over spilled milk. I feel like don't do this is basically what this is saying for you guys. Like, do not, like I said, this situation is going to really propel you forward as far as your growth goes. Don't look back and think, oh, I should have done this, I could have done that. Don't judge yourself for anything. Don't, like we have the nostalgia card on the bottom of the deck. Don't look back nostalgically and start reminiscing about the good times and start questioning and second guessing yourselves. Like, know that like leaving was the right move. Leaving was the right move. There's going to be a period of adjustment. That period of adjustment may involve some more mental turmoil. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done, but you will do that healing and you will prosper. And it's going to be so beautiful and so powerful when you do. But allow yourself that time and don't focus on the things that you lost. Don't focus on the time that you lost, the energy that you lost. Focus on what you gained from that experience. That's going to be your key moving forward. And this healing, this patience, this balance, really learning how to restore balance to your lives. Like being patient with yourselves during this healing process, during this process of like sifting through and sorting through all of these emotions and all of these memories and all of these ups and downs. Like the healing process is like this, right? It's a roller coaster. Sometimes we feel really empowered and really good. Sometimes we feel really low. And just like riding the waves of that until it evens out and knowing that it will. And just always seeking and coming back to your balance. Finding those things that bring you balance in the midst of all of this turmoil and really focusing on those things, whether that's meditation, whether that's I offer energy healings. That could be really helpful for a lot of you guys. Please reach out to me. My information is in the description box below. If that's something that you're interested in, that can be so incredibly healing and helpful. But it's like whatever it is that makes you feel centered and balanced, going out into nature, taking that extra time for self-care, doing all of those things that you need to do. And like you guys may, with the Judgment card, you may have more realizations that happen, that come to pass over time. And just like being patient with yourselves as those pull into and as things become clearer and clearer, and just really just loving yourselves through that process and knowing, like, let's get more on Judgment. Healing, yep, the Star. And the Fool. I love how that just popped out like that. Yeah, it's a call to action. You had a call to action. You may have more calls to action. You may have more realizations. You may have realizations about more things that you need to do now in order to keep yourself safe, in order to keep yourself balanced, in order to protect your energy, in order to continue moving forward. And so just pay attention to those epiphanies and those understandings where they happen, and just allow yourselves that time for healing. Like these are a beautiful combination of cards for you guys. This is bliss and healing and spiritual gifts and just trust, vulnerability, all of those things. Like, don't lose those parts of yourself just because things got rough and things got rocky and things didn't work out the way that you planned, and you embodied all of this beautiful Empress energy, and somebody wasn't able to see that, and maybe somebody took advantage of that energy. Like, do not allow that to make you unable to trust and unable to love. Like, sink into that. Even if this is just being vulnerable with spirit, being vulnerable with the people that you trust in your life, that you care about, and allowing them to hold you through this process. This is also Aquarius energy, by the way. The moon is also Pisces energy, if you guys were curious about any of the other signs energies. But then we have the Fool. This is a brand new start. This is a fresh new cycle. This is like that beautiful, with these cards together, it's like, in order to come into this next cycle of empowerment, you also have to be willing to be open, to look at everything fresh and new, to really have that innocence. Like, don't allow this experience to take away your innocence. Allow it to do that in the way of, like, carry the wisdom with you from this experience, right? Like, we forgive, but we don't forget. Carry that wisdom with you, but don't allow that to make you hard, and don't allow that to turn you into the person that you were dealing with, right? Like, you've learned from their energy how not to be, and you don't have to repeat that cycle with other people. By bringing, like, you have learned what you needed to learn, and you are not going to be fooled into this, falling into this cycle again. Like, you are in this period of coming to trust yourself, and it doesn't matter. Like, sometimes we don't see the things that we don't see because we weren't meant to see them, because we needed the lesson. And now you guys see that, and you're ready to move on and just find a way to really maintain this beautiful childlike energy, because you guys deserve that. And that's what's going to help bring in this new cycle that is coming in for you guys, is allowing yourselves to do that and allowing yourselves to be that. And let's just because it's fun, let's get a couple more cards. We're going to do this tarot deck now. This is for those of you who were curious, what is the name of this tarot deck that I'm using here? I'm terrible with telling the names. Well, sometimes I'm really good, sometimes I'm really not. It was the Light Seers Tarot. That's what we were reading from. Now we're going to pull a couple final cards from the Weaver Tarot. And the other one is, of course, a traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. Okay, so any clarification on the Fool card? Any cards for the Fool? What is this Fool? What is this new start? What is this Fool energy? The Fool came out. The Fool with the 7 of Coins. So, a brand new start, right? It's like the Fool's the Fool. Like, come on. It's a fresh new start. It's a new cycle. It's a new beginning, right? The ultimate new beginning. And then the 7 of Coins, which is the 7 of Pentacles, which is really about working and honing things and the effort that you've put into something. So reaping the effort, it's that point of evaluation. So I feel like it's, with this card, with the eye in the center connected to everything, I feel like it's a new cycle where you're seeing where you've invested your energies, where it's appropriate to invest your energies, and you're really moving forward and putting the work into manifesting and creating what it is that you want. It's like this, honestly, to me, in this deck, it looks like everything, because you've got the diamonds, right, which to me is like wisdom, right? Wisdom or riches. You've got the tooth, you've got the trees with the roots, you've got the flowers for the romance. It's like you've got everything. So it's like just a cycle of complete abundance, where you're manifesting and creating whatever it is that you want into your reality. Like, you're seeing how you can have all of those things, how you can have it all, and how those things all connect together, and how to make all of that work for you, connecting all those dots. It's like this eye, this sight, this intuition, this knowledge, right? And just everything else is connected to it and coming off of it. And it's like seeing and understanding how to connect all those things. We were talking about the balance, right? Like how to connect all of those aspects, how to connect, seeing and understanding the interconnection of different situations too, and what that the wisdom that you gained from that and how to utilize that moving forward. And then the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Coins. So that's beautiful, because this is like wish fulfillment, right? Complete wish fulfillment. What you thought you had in the other reading, but you didn't really have, but this time it's upright. So you're getting that. You wish fulfillment, hopes and dreams. 6 of Coins is reciprocity. Relationships, even give and take in relationships. All of the things that you wanted that you did not receive before, basically, you're receiving now in this cycle, because you've done the work, because you've leveled up through this painful experience, and you're now playing on a whole different field, on a whole different level. And the Magi, which I'm trying to remember, I think the Magi is that the Magician? I want to say this is the Magician again. And it looks like it would be, because we have all the suits. So, boom, the Magician. Again, you guys are manifesting all over the place. You are creating. You're pulling all those different aspects of yourself and synthesizing those into something incredible. Like this energy, this 3 of Swords, heartbreak energy, this 3 of Cups, third party energy, that is done. That's over. That's finished. You are moving into a whole new level, a whole new evolution here. So don't be the wounded warrior, right? Don't fall into this energy. This is actually, it's not the 9 of Wands. This is the 9 of Swords. So that's more of that energy that you're leaving behind, right? More of that energy that you were engulfed in. And moving into a whole new cycle. The 2 of Wands. What I want, I create. I set the intention. I put that out to the universe, and I manifest what it is that I desire. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys have done such amazing work, and like, it's never for nothing. The things that you've learned about yourself, about your journey, the ways that you're now able to step into your empowerment and find your voice and really move forward with your mission and your purpose. Like this, for a lot of you guys, this situation, as painful as it was, helped lead you to your purpose. And that's absolutely fucking beautiful. So at the end of the day, just know that. Just know that, like, you are coming out of this on top. And it really doesn't matter what happens with anybody else. Like, don't worry about them. Don't get lost in memories of the past. Don't get lost in nightmares of the past either. Don't allow that to have more space in your body, in your spirit, and your mind than it needs to. That's over now. You've learned what you need to learn. You've grown. You're leveling up. If you need assistance with that, once again, please reach out to me. I would really, really like to help. I love you so, so very much. I am so proud of all of you. I am so happy for you and all the blessings that are in store for you. And if you are still in the middle of that tough cycle and you're trying to figure out what to do, you're trying to figure out if it's time to leave, if it's time to step into your power, like what you can do, take this video as a sign that, like, you are absolutely able. Like, if things have been coming through, if you've been wondering about things, if, like, you're starting to question whether your perception of a situation is maybe, you know what I'm trying to say. If you've been questioning things and you're trying to figure out, you feel like things aren't really on the level, but you don't really understand why, this is a confirmation for some of you that your intuition is correct. And if you need help with that as well, I do personal readings. Reach out to me for that as well. Always be safe in everything that you do, but know that, like, whatever this situation is, that if you're still involved in it right now, like, there is hope on the other side of that. And you are strong. You are so strong, and you are so capable. And I love you so very, very much. If this video resonated, leave a comment below. If you hit the like button, that definitely helps this video get out to more people that need to find it. There are links to donate below as well. And I will talk to you all very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful month of August. Stay strong.